Hello, welcome back. So we're here in a really awesome location. We're in San Pedro at the Korean Peace Bell. So we're right off the coast, or right on the coast of southern Los Angeles County. I'm joined by a very special guest, anthropology student at Cal State Long Beach, Katherine Scully. She made a very important 360 video called Conozca Sus Derechos, and it covers a very important and timely subject that a lot of families in the United States are dealing with. It covers what to do and the legalities for when your home is raided by ICE. So, can you please kind of tell us more details about that?
Yeah, of course. Like the title says, it's a Know Your Rights film. What we aimed to do with the film was to place the viewer in the experience of an ICE raid or a federal immigration raid on their home, um, and then take them through step by step what their choices are and the correct choice to make within their rights as a person in the United States, whether or not they are documented. Um, and then it goes further to show the viewer what they can do in the event of officers violating their rights or acting illegally. There's ways to fight back, and there's resources that I think it's really important for people to be educated about.
Okay, I think it's really awesome, and we'll definitely put the link to see the video. But it's kind of set the stage a little bit. So it's set in an apartment, right?
Right.
And so you're in the environment in 360, um, and ICE comes to the door, and what you do, which I think is really brilliant, is you add graphics because there's issues with warrants not being like legal. Well, I guess not being court document
Court
warrants,
ordered
right?
or signed by a judge. Right.
Yes, so ICE will present a fake warrant, and which doesn't allow them entry into your home, right? So what you do, which I think is really brilliant, is you add these graphics onto the video so that the viewer can see the difference while action is still going on. Can you kind of show at least, or at least tell me some more of the examples that you use? Because you do post a lot of really great information as graphics in your video.
Yeah. What we did is we used animated text to put in step 1 through 7, and we broke it down in 7 steps from the moment of the first knock on the door, what to do until step 7 is if you are eventually arrested, the resources to that you can use, and also the rights that you still have. Um, and like you were saying, the warrants is something that was really interesting to me because I didn't know the difference between a federal order of a removal, which is not a legal warrant, and a legal court-ordered warrant that has been signed by a judge. That is the only legal warrant of removal. The other one can be used basically to deceive the people it's shown to. Um, so it's I think important to show people the difference and what that actually looks like. So we use graphics of the warrants. We put the correct warrant in the space, and we point out important bullet points or things to pay attention to when looking at the warrant. And then we put an incorrect or an illegal warrant in the same space, and we show bullet points of where it is lacking or it's illegal. Yeah, I think it's an important visual for people to see. Yeah.
What kind of response have you been getting from your film?
Um, I think, well, from the community, I'm working with our student government at Cal State Long Beach, and specifically the commissioner for AB 540 and undocumented students. And we are trying to instill this VR experience in the Dreamer Success Center on campus, to give people who are actually may be affected by this the chance to view this and to distribute it more broadly in that way. A lot of people who have seen it are people who are documented and who may not be affected, at least directly. And I think that's also a helpful thing to for them to see, is just showing them what that looks like, and giving them the experience of the fear and the uncertainty that comes along with immigration issues like deportation and family separation. So.
Yeah. That's one of the main things that you hear a lot. Like one of the buzzwords that gets thrown around with virtual reality, like the whole empathy aspect.
Yeah.
Do you feel that, so how you mentioned, it kind of gives a documented person an idea of like how it is to be present there? Has anybody like responded with that, like, oh, it helps me to better understand, or not to see undocumented people as kind of like an other that I just despise? Because in the media you'll see a lot of people just like with hate-filled comments online,
right.
or on video even. So
Right.
have you had any discussions along those lines?
That's my hope. A lot of people do react in ways like, "Oh, I didn't realize that they did this," or that they dressed in plain people's clothing, or that they break into homes, or that they show false warrants. And so I think that has been the biggest feedback that I've gotten, is the realization that these things and these violations of human rights are happening, and they are being normalized in other forms of media. And I think that the important aspect of my film is that I don't paint, I don't portray people in a helpless light. There's things that they can do, and there's people out there to help them. So I think that's a problem with a lot of the popular media surrounding deportation, is the false sense of helplessness and lack of control. So.
Yeah, that's why I think your video is so important, and I really thank you for talking about it.
Of course.
Can you give a website or where people can find your video?
Yeah, sure. So my YouTube channel is Revolution VR, just one word. Search me on YouTube, and you'll find my channel. Also, I'm on social media, so yeah, all of those handles are attached.
Same Revolution.
Yeah, Instagram is kscully.vr, so follow me, I guess. Plugging myself, but
Yeah, excellent. Yeah,
Yeah.
please do, because you've made some really important work, and
Thank
I
you.
just encourage you to keep going, because I thought what you made was excellent. Really, I mean, it's well shot. I mean, we can talk about the technical aspects, like what camera did you use?
The camera. So
Yeah.
the camera was an exciting part for me, is the Insta360 Pro. That shoots in 8K, 3D, it can live stream. It's a really awesome camera, and relatively affordable compared to other cameras that can do the same thing as that one. So I love the Insta360 Pro. It's my new favorite camera.
Awesome. Workflow is really easy to.
Oh yeah,
shooting to
stitching
find.
is
Yeah.
just. I mean, it's as easy as clicking a button.
Wonderful.
You don't have anything. It's all automatic. And that's my favorite part. So.
Okay, well, I have one question then about the technical aspects of filming in your scene.
Sure.
Your lighting sources. So there was like one side of the room was sliding glass door. Did you add extra lighting coming in through the?
No, that was all natural light. Actually, I had to try to reduce some of that light in post because it was so bright. But yeah, I used mostly natural light, and I think that's what looks best with VR.
Yeah.
There is some indoor lighting, but it all had to be kind of inconspicuous. It had to look natural. So we didn't have any really artificial light stands or anything like that. But.
Okay, great. Yeah, because like for 360 cameras, it's so easy to for light to just blow out the the whole image, right?
Right.
Okay, awesome. Well, I hope everyone checks out your video and all your social media and your website as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for speaking with me.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for having me and
my
bringing
pleasure.
me out here to this beautiful location.
Yes. So, anybody else? Hopefully, you guys get a view. This is the Korean peace bell. It was a symbol of peace between South Korea and the United States. So come check it out. Peace. Yeah.